U.S. send thousands more troops to the Mideast. Not as easy as you thought, huh? First of all, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the bishops here at Great Millstone who rule and who teach well. Peace and salutations to the overly elect, to the Akim out there in the highways and byways, making their bodies a living sacrifice, as the scriptures ordain you to do so. I want to say shalom to you mighty brothers as well. Continue to fight the good fight of faith. Also continue to spread the good news, which is the gospel spread across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you mighty brothers. Shalom to the Aqua, the sisters out there listening and learning in silence. Reverishing your husbands if you have one. Seeing you too have to fight the good fight of faith to stay in order. It's like under subjection of your husbands to the best of your ability in a time where it's not popular to do so. Seeing that these times are going to get more perilous, more difficult and dangerous. All right. And in these dangerous times, the Lord is going to make a man more precious than fine gold. All right. In these times, when you go into that word precious, it goes into valuable, which means we're going to be the true high value men upon the face of the earth. Lord willing, we be those men. When the tables turn and the momentum shifts, and the true value will be wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and fear of the Lord. And above all, having faith in Yahweh, by Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God of Jesus Christ. Shalom. Shalom to you believers out there who do believe, but it's not out there in the highways and byways. All right. But you believe in the good news, all right, the gospel, all right, that our Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, all right, is coming to deliver us from the hands of our enemies, all right, and you have transformed your life, all right, from this world, all right, and have not conformed to the ideologies, the image, and the understanding of this way, of this world, all right, and you are partaking of giving the prophet a drink of water, food, clothing, shelter, whatever it may be, whatever the lot the Lord got you in, may you ultimately receive a prophet's reward. This particular video is going to be a quick read, get a couple scriptures, boom, bam, we out, But just wanted to do my part in bringing out news article that one of the brothers put in the chat, okay? And as you can see, they sending more troops over there, in the east, over there towards Iran, all right? And what they don't understand is, hey, they thought, that this was just going to be a little quick grab, as they did, with those other weaker countries like Venezuela, all right? Toppled the regime in Venezuela, all right? Iraq, okay? But what they didn't factor in is that the Lord is speeding up the time for the very elect's sake, all right? And by him speeding up the time, the Lord put the idea in these devils' mind to go into Iran, man, okay? Not knowing that the Lord set that trap for them, man, okay? The Lord set a trap for these devils to try to, seize that land over there in Iran, which they've been trying to do, for a while now. All right. This was part of the invasions that Netanyahu wanted to do. All right. Iran was on that hit list, man. Okay? But according to the scriptures, man, hey, as soon as you started to fuck with them, guess what, man? Really, that was the beginning of that third world's war. Okay? So now we're starting to see, he's starting to see shit. It's, hey, going into Iran, guess what? It's not as, as easy as they thought it was going to be. It ain't just no quick in and out, No, Iran, has been preparing, for the United States and Israel's invasion for about 30 years now. Okay? So they didn't plan, America didn't, put this in their thinking cap, that they was going to be, of what they think is a weak country was going to be so prepared, like they are, man. They thought they were just going to send about, just a couple hundred troops over there, boom, bam, and it was going to be it. Okay? No, man. This is prophecy, man. All right? And one thing about prophecy, man, they don't control the narrative, man. You see what I'm saying? Hey, the Lord, Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Shai, man, they control the narrative, man. All right? The Lord speaks that he operates in the kingdom of men. All right? And he said he put it down one and set up another, man. Okay? And we are in the times where these devils, starting with Esau, Edom, that regime is really about to be null and void, man. Okay? The Lord is slowly, gradually putting an end, to the reign, of Esau, Edom, man. Okay? This is what we're seeing right now, man. Little bit by little bit, man. Bible prophecy. Okay? Where, hey, the Lord said, hey, the vision is yet for an appointed time. But in the end, it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry, man. Habakkuk chapter 2. Okay? And now we're starting to see the vision, which is a prophecy, being fulfilled right before our eyes, man. Okay? What prophecy? Ezekiel 38. Is one of them. Okay? This is Ezekiel. Now, we've been telling you out here on the highways and byways, prophesying, the downfall of this kingdom. Okay? Prophesying, that these things was going to happen. All right? And now that it's happening, okay, now, hey, the prophets ain't so crazy anymore, man. Okay, we told you these things was coming. We told you this famine was coming, okay? We told you sedition was coming. We told you martial law was coming, all right? Yet you scoffed, you threw stuff at the prophets. You mocked the prophets, okay? You told us to go home. You screaming out of your trucks. You know what I'm saying? Out of your cars. At the prophets. You're doing all you gotta do. When really we just out there giving you the business, man. Giving you the Lord's business. Give you the Lord's will and the determination. And his mindset. For what he want for this kingdom. Okay. But yet, you mad at us because we telling you the truth according to the scriptures. All right? But our people see what's going on, man. All right? This is Ezekiel 38, verse 1. It says, "And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, the chief prince, all right, of Meshach and Tubal. It says the prophecies against him. All right. And anytime the Lord, set his face against something, he pretty much about to do away with it, man. All right. The Lord is about to, pull away, his power, from America, man. Okay. And what he's doing, he's preparing war, in the minds of these elites or in the minds in these other countries. More so, the elites, because, every war is a banker's war, And when they put in their mind war, all right, which really just don't start with the missiles flying back and forth, It's a strategic plan that the Lord is putting in these damn devils' mind, But now these elites are done with America, man. Okay, they're pretty much done with the reign of America. All right, and in their mind, they're thinking, okay, well, who's up next? All right, they pretty much saying, hey, America going rogue anyway, man. All right. They on some wild bill shit anyway, you know what I'm saying? The way they feel that they don't need the beast anymore, all right, which is in the form of NATO, all right, the UN, okay. So guess what? They like, man, you know what? We're gonna do away with this, man. We're gonna do away with the dollar, all right. But guess what? Before we do all this, man, we gotta cause chaos. All right. And one way to cause chaos, to be able to implement that NWO, that New World Order, all right, they got, hey, guess what? America's regime is getting toppled, man, slowly but surely, which is ultimately going to bring in, Slakia, hey, that MOTB, man, Revelations 13 and 16. Okay, these things are prophesied to happen, man. Guess what? It's going to happen. All right. So this is the mindset that the Lord is putting into these devils, man. War, man. Preparing war. Okay. And the Lord is going to use, Shalakia, the Lord is going to use, Russia as a guard, to these, lesser countries, more so to Iran. All right. Turkey. Okay. Persia. All right. Libya, nations of such sorts. Okay. Ethiopia. Persia, of course, we know is modern day Iran. Okay. Togomar is, of course, is Turkey. But the point is, the Lord is it's going to use Russia as a guard. Not only Russia, China as well, too. Okay. To these other nations where, guess what? Now, they didn't think it was going to be as easy. As hard as it is now. Why? Because Russia is feeding, all right, Iran with not only military advice, but they're also giving them military weapons, man. Okay, they've been planning this thing out for over 30 years now, man. The invasion of America. Okay. So this is Bible prophecy, man. Okay. That we reading to you, man, over and over again, man. And while these devils is preparing for war, man, the Lord is preparing us for a war, a spiritual war, man. Okay? Where we wrestle not against flesh and blood, all right, but principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places, all right? So we can withstand the fiery darts of Satan, man. All right. So while they're fighting and preparing for a physical battle, we, on the other hand, are hopefully elect a spiritual battle, man. The Lord is preparing us for this, man. Getting us ready, for hard times, man, because these devils about to put the squeeze on us, man. That famine is issuing in. Okay? They pulling the rug, all right, and the support, from the useless eaters, as they say. Pretty much the poor. Okay? But guess what? The Lord got something for them as well, too, man. The Lord promised that we was going to eat. All right? The Lord is going to protect us, and be a strong tower to us in these times, man. All right? But Gog and Magog, all right, that chief prince, which is Russia, all right, is prophesied to be, to really spearhead, the heightened battle within this third world's war. Okay? It says, verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord power, all right, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, man. You see? So the Lord, even though he's prophesying, for Russia, to topple, America. Okay, he's against America. He's against them as well too. Because guess what? This ain't nothing but, two Edomite nations. You see what I'm saying? Going against each other, man. All right. It says, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, man. All right. The Lord is controlling this thing, man. Because these devils really, in their mind, if it was up to them, man, hey, guess what? They really don't want, to push that button, man. They really don't want to, invade and go to war like that, man. But, hey, it's not even up to them, man. All right? The Lord said he ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right? And it's his job, the Lord's job to, really, in their mind, they thinking they raging and imagining a vain thing. Okay, thinking that they are the ones who coming up, with these strategic plans, but it's really the Lord. You see, and when you put hooks or something, bridle or hook on someone's jaws, guess what? You controlling the pieces, man. All right, this shit is chess, not checkers, man. All right. You see, and the Lord, hey, is the master, all right, of this plan. It says, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, all right, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, man. And the modern day sword, man, okay, is that rifle, man. Okay. Which we know, hey, Esau was blessed with that sword, man. Okay. But now, hey, all these other nations got swords just like him, man. The missiles, man, the form of the missiles. And, hey, guess what? It's finna go down, man. The Lord is preparing war in the minds of these other nations, man. Okay? It said Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, okay, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, man. All right? They're ready, man. Okay? And it said with shield and helmet, guess what? Through the Spirit, hey, man, they ready. They ready to defend themselves, man. Okay. I was listening to this little, video, and his history. It was the Shah of Iran, back in the 1980s, you know. Hey, man, he was talking about the defense of Iran. And guess what, man? Iran has been preparing, for the invasion, of America, and Israel, man. Guess what, man? For a long time, man. All right. So they ready, man. It's not as easy as they thought it was going to be. All right. So now they sending more troops and more troops and more troops. Okay. And we getting word, from inside sources that, them Americans is falling and dropping over there, man. You see? Hey, Trump sending them, them Americans over there, man, to be unalive, man, right and left, man. Why they not putting none of their troops on the ground over there in Israel, man? They said, hey, Netanyahu said he not sending no ground troops, man. He gonna leave it up to America. Okay? And we see who's in control of this thing, man. All right? It said with shields and helmet, Gomar and all his bands. It says the house of Togomar of the north quarters and all his bands. All right? And many people with thee. All right? And Togomar, of course, according to history, all right, is Turkey, man. All right, even though Turkey, is still, neutral in this thing, but guess what? Hey, the Lord is gonna make them choose a side, man. Okay, see, that's what the Lord is doing now. The Lord is drawing sand into a lot of things now, man. Okay? And now the Lord is forcing these other nations, okay, and forcing our people as well, too. 2/3 of our people drawing that line in the sand and say, hey, man, you got to choose a side, man. No more where you got to be neutral, man. Ain't no neutral or lukewarm type of spirit no more, man. You going to have to join up forces, man. Okay? So the Lord is really through the spirit, having these damn, other nations join up forces, all right, in alliance with each other, all right, to come against this damn America, man. This great whore. All right? It says, be thou prepared, verse 7, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled with thee, and be thou a guard unto them. What's a guard? A guard is likened unto protection, man. Okay? The Lord prophesied that, hey, guess what, man? Russia was going to be protection and a guard, all right, to these other weaker countries, man. But now these countries ain't weaker no more, man. Because they understand, hey, they got to come together, all right, in order to, defeat America, man. All right? They got to come together, man. America is still a superpower, even though it's waning in its power. Guess what? America has still got that military, man. America still got that Navy, that Air Force. All right? So there's nobody to be taken lightly. All right? But guess what? The Lord finna destroy this place, man. Okay? So this is what, hey, this is the sentiment amongst the face of the earth now, man. War. All right? It says, verse 8, at the many days thou shalt be visited in the latter years, thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. It says, but it is brought forth out of the nations that they shall dwell safely of all of them. All right. But the point is, yeah, the Lord is preparing war, for these damn devils, man. Okay. They're gonna be like wild men, man. They're gonna go back to their nature, them Iranians as being wild men. Okay. But this war is inevitable, man. Okay. So what I just read to you was prophecy on this third world's war. Okay. That the Lord said that was gonna happen, in these latter days, man. Gonna be wars and rumors of wars. All right. So it says U.S. sends thousands more troops to the Mideast. It said the United States is sending thousands of additional troops to the Middle East. It said while expanding a naval blockade aimed at cutting off Iran's oil exports. Okay? You see that? But we see who's in control, of those Straits of Hormuz, man. Okay, and now you see gas prices. You see in America, all right, getting higher and higher, man. Which we believe, this is a controlled demolition, if you will. Okay, this is another way, to demolish, the dollar. Okay, and do away with the dollar, so these devils can implement, that MOTB through. All right, what you call that, digital currency. All right. We understand that this is a controlled demolition. But they got to make it look good, of course. All right. But you can see, that these Iran, Oman, all right, hey, they got them Straits of Hormuz, all right, and the import and export, they shut that shit down, to countries and nations that's in league with America. And in order for them to enter, into the Straits, all right, to either get oil or fertilizer, some people got to get water, imported and exported from over in that area, into that area, actually. Guess what, man? Now they controlling that damn narrative like, hey, they shut them Straits down, to any allies of America and Israel. Okay? Hey, and 60%, it's either more or less, but it's a big chunk of importing, exporting goods, coming from in and out of that thing, man. Okay? Which is ultimately what gonna cause a famine that, not just a famine of food, but of other resources, man. Fertilizer, a lot of people get their fertilizer. A lot of, American farms is really suffering. Okay. Because fertilizer, of course, is going up. Hey, now these farmers, gotta sell off, a lot of this manure, of course, and everything is going up, which is gonna cause what? Hyperinflation. Okay. Hey, they about to put a squeeze on it, man. But we told you the Lord told us what perilous times will come, man. Okay. In these last days. Scarcity, man. So our mindset, the hopefully elect, the mindset of the hopefully elect, man, is to understand, man. Hey, look here, a lot of this shit finna go down, man. Okay, so it's best for us, to stay on the Lord's good side, so the Lord can, soften the blow for us, man. Okay, we know what's coming. 2/3 of our people, man, they know because they feel it. But guess what? They don't care, man. They don't consider. All right. But it says, Salakia, it says, blockades, a naval blockade aimed at cutting off Iran's oil exports. All right. It says, according to reporting by the Washington Post, the moves comes the moves come as tensions escalate ahead of the expected end of a fragile ceasefire later this month, man. Okay. Hey, America, Israel want to in talks of negotiating with Iran. Iran said, man, we don't even want to talk. Okay. Because the more they talk, all right, the more, they got a chance, to seep their venom, all right, and their ways and their philosophies, into that. So they like, you know what? They at a point now where dialogue is no longer feasible, man. Right? When you get it to that point, you in a fight, whatever. It starts off with, you pretty much saying what you gonna do to them, and they pretty much saying what they gonna do to you. And guess what? When that first punch thrown or whatever, a kick thrown, whatever it is, man, guess what? Ain't no more talking. Hey, what is there to talk for? So you can deceive me and try to rock me back to sleep so you can try to, pull a fast one on me? Nah, man, Iran is saying, nah, ain't no more talking. Ain't no negotiation. They saying that this thing is going to end, and if they going to open up the Straits of Hormuz, guess what? It's going to be on their terms. This is how Iran is talking, man. All right? And it's making America look weak as hell, man. Okay? Across the earth. Other nations is looking at them like, damn, okay, this is what we need, man. And they're starting to join forces, with Iran to where they say, hey, Iran say, you know what? Guess what, man? You got to be able to trade in the Chinese yuan, okay, in order to enter into, these Straits of Hormuz, because we know the predominant, way of trade, buying and selling is through the American greenback, man, the dollar, the American dollar. Look at that. The greenback is still a dominant force, but now it's getting weaker now. And now, the ball is in their hand to where they like, you know what, man, if you want to enter into this thing, man, you got to trade in the China. You can no longer trade in the American dollar no more. Okay? Which is going to force these damn devils, of course, is forcing them to, do away with their dollar. That's going to be their excuse, of course. One of their excuses. The dollar ain't no good, and now we got to go to this digital currency. We got to go to the MOTB. Okay? Because they see the value of this dollar is getting weaker and weaker, man. It's really gone, They printing money out of thin air, man. Okay? There's nothing really backing, there's nothing really backing, no gold, no type of hard commodities that's bagging this dollar, man. It's just a fucking certificate note. RFIN. RFIN. It's like it, something like that. Reserve RFN, Reserve Federal Note. I said RFIN. Okay? Which is nothing, man. It says roughly, Slocky, a ceasefire this month. Yeah, it says roughly 10,000 U.S. service members are being added to the region. Man, I thought Israel, the state of Israel was in this thing. So why is just American soldiers, man? Okay? So it says U.S. service members are being added, all right, to the region, including forces abroad, an aircraft carrier strike group, and Marines deployed with an amphibious ready group. It says these reinforcements will join an already significant American presence, bringing the total number, listen, of personnel in the region to about 50,000, man. Come on now. It started off with just 1,000. So, hey, them Iranians been waiting for a ground invasion. And guess what? They was saying, sources was saying, man, this ain't like Iraq, man, where you can go into, the warfare, whatever. Nah, man, this is, you dealing with mountain ranges. All right, you dealing with all the mountain ranges, man, over there in Iran. Okay. And them punks ain't ready for that shit, man. And they see them, they see them ground troops coming a mile away, man. Okay? They ready, man. 50,000. Second Ezra 16, all right, speaks of, guess what? These men gonna come, and go off into this war. They ain't gonna come back, The women gonna die. It's like the women gonna be crying and mourning because they ain't got no bridegroom to protect them, man. Because they men gonna die in the war. Go to 2nd Ezra 16, starting at 21. And go on down. Okay? Oh, it's gonna get worse. And now, of course, they're making it so to where they're gonna automatically register you up, to go into this military, man, at 18. From 18 to 25. And of course, we know that they talking about, that draft. And I believe the latest that you can get drafted is 42. And of course, the number gonna go up. Of course. You see? But these damn devils, and they desperate, man. America is desperate. Okay? And let's not talk about, the war that's going to be over here simultaneously. That's brewing up, the Civil War. Okay? So those MAGA, making America great again, hey, those men who was once, in league with Trump and on Trump's side because, he fed a narrative of racism, or he fed that narrative of really the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans was the problem, or the way things are the way they are. So Trump fed into that narrative, putting that racist ideology out there, and guess what? They fed right along with that shit, and now they're regretting, all right, that they actually, voted for this damn devil, man. Now they trying to impeach him. All right, and they're trying to invoke the 25th Amendment to where They want they believe that this damn devil is, DJT is too incompetent to be in office. Okay? This is how you know we at the end, man. Okay? Second Esdras 9, all right? Starting at 1 on down, all right, speaks about the Lord visiting the earth from which he made. And you know it's the end because you're going to have unstable rulership, if you read it in the GNT, all right? You're going to have unstable rulership, all right, in these last days, man. Damn devil, he lied and say one thing. They not sending ground troops, and next thing you know, they sending ground troops. He promised that they wasn't gonna go to war. He was gonna bring peace. And ever since he got him back in office, that motherfucker went to war. One of the first things he did was went to war, man. Okay? So this devil speaking with a forked tongue, man. Okay? And no matter who you put in the office, man, no matter who you put in there, left or right wing, all right, guess what? They all flying in the same direction, man. What bird you know with one wing that's flying, man? No, man. It's, that confusion, all right, has to be in the ranks in order for them to fulfill their enterprise, man. They got to keep you confused, keep you floating and going for that American dream. They said, hey, you got to be asleep in order to, how to dream, man. And you American people are fucking asleep, man. You are fucking ignorant, to what's actually really going on, man. All this is coming from the Lord, man. You blind to the fact, man. Okay? And rightfully so, man. And we gonna sit back, and with our popcorn, man, and enjoy the Lord destroy these other nations, man, like they set back and destroyed us, man, and help destroy us, man, on our demise, man. You see? It is what it is. It says the buildup coincides with a broader strategy by President Donald J. Trump. It says to pressure Iran economically and militarily. The administration has ordered a maritime blockade, which is water. It's a different time through the water. All right. So they trying to seize the straits, man. They trying to get it to where he opening back up the straits, man. But it's they said they ain't gonna open that thing up unless they ready to open it up to you, man. Okay. Now the weak is saying I'm strong, man. Now that they got something that you want, which is to open up, the and control of the straits. All right, control of the resources, that uranium over there on that land. Of course, that oil. And now you acting like a damn child, man. DJT, man. DJT. Okay. Going back and forth on the internet, saying open up the straits, so all hell is gonna break loose. You throwing out those threats, okay? And they ain't falling for them threats, man. Okay? Because they know them threats is really just empty words, man. You really don't want to go to war truly with that. So they looking at you like you a buffoon, man. Now these other nations saying, let the weak say I'm strong, man. All right? But it's going to come to a point where they going to sit in the dust just right along with these other nations, man. And then the other nations is going to say, hey, are thou as weak as we now? Okay? This is what we seeing, man. The Lord is finna destroy this place, man. Okay? But that's all I wanted to bring out, man. You know what I mean? These devils is top. These devils is waxing worse and worse, man. Okay? Because really all this is going to issue in, at the day of the Lord, man. Okay? And this is what we are patiently waiting for, man. From the Lord to come and deliver us, man. Because if these devils continue to stay in rulership, guess what? No flesh will be saved, man. They fucking up the air. Okay? They fucking up the whole earth, man. The scripture speaks about that these devils was given power to take peace from the earth, man. Okay? So, that's all I want to bring out, man. I ain't gonna make this thing too long, Sometimes I feel like I talk too damn much. Shalom.